Ooh, y'all. We just gonna simplify this walk. We're gonna expose the enemy's tactics. We're just gonna expose the playbook here. It took me back to the beginning of the Bible, but specifically for a time right now. This to my friends who you good at everything. Anything you put your mind to, anything you put your hand to, you can do it and you can do it well. Me included. Y'all, God has always been a God of order. God has always been a God of boundaries and all for our protection. Going back to the Garden of Eden, God gave provision, protection, and promise, period. Adam and Eve had abundance. They were provided for. But yet in the protection of them and all of us, God gave them boundaries not to eat from the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. This is so interesting because so many of us are trying to find so much knowledge. We're trying to find the good. We're trying to find the bad. We're trying to figure it out. And in doing that, what we do is we act. We do things. We're always acting and doing things and find ourselves in control. When God has always not said to do that. Even in the Bible, when the people got so into themselves, they were doing great things. They were uniting upon great things amongst themselves and their glory that God had to confuse their language. Look at Satan. He started looking a little different at who was getting praised, and he didn't like that. He got cast out. When we get so full of ourselves, and a lot of that happens when we're trying to perform, we're trying to prove ourselves to ourselves, and that's when we get out of order. And God has to bring us back in. And it's really protection. It's boundaries. Because he's already given us the promise. Going back to the garden. He's already given us everything that we need to do. He has created us to be creative beings. He wants us to create. He wants us to participate in his creation. He gave us tasks to do here. But the problem happens is when we're doing, and we know we're doing it well. Because a lot of times what happens is we're so busy doing all the things that we're not doing the main thing under God's protection and under the main thing he's told us to do right now, under the purpose and the assignment that he has given us to do. And I just really implore all of us to seek God to find what is the thing he is calling us to do right now and for what group of people or for whom. And we have to keep that perspective in place. We got to stop putting ourselves so much in the picture. He's going to use us. Thank God. That's the promise. He loves us and he wants that relationship with us. But what are we supposed to be doing with it?